we're going to show you a little bit about a deck that's coming up in the meta. It's been around for a while, since Kamigawa in the printing of Greasefang. But for some reason, it's been kind of going higher into the meta recently. Of Pioneer. So we are going to... What's up with that? It's
Could the
Greasefang.
reason... Yeah, it's Greasefang. It's Greasefang. Could the reason it's going higher and higher up in the meta be the potential for a turn 3 or 4 kill? Could that be the reason?
It could be. Currently the top deck in the meta is the Rakdos mid-range, and it is really grindy. So I think the thing is... Sorry, I'm not going to accept that yet. Here, send it to me. So I think the thing is that it gets rid of the mid-range because you're just slamming them, turn 3 or 4, right?
Yeah,
So,
having all that aggro is a good foil to a grindy mid-range deck.
So I'm not sure that what the reason it upticked right now, but it can favor kind of very well against certain decks. Like I know that it does favor well against Mono Green Devotion deck because it doesn't have a lot of interaction on the other side of the board. So, all right. So the whole point of Greasefang is you want to take Mr. Greasefang and play him to get a vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then it returns to your hand at your end step. It'll gain haste. So the idea is that you play Greasefang, you get a vehicle, then you tap him to crew the vehicle because the vehicle has haste, but he does not, and then you attack with the vehicle. So the vehicles that are in question are this Parhelion 2. When it attacks, you get 2 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying. So, say turn 3, you're hitting them with 2 4/4s and a 5/5. You might get the Sky Sovereign Console Flagship, which does 3 damage to target creature planeswalker. So when it enters the battlefield and attacks, so that's 6 damage on that turn. Or you get Essex Chariot, which leaves behind 2 green cat creatures. So that's the idea. You dump it. So the rest of the deck is pretty much all in on, hey, we're going to put a bunch of stuff into the graveyard. So there's ways to get it from your deck into the graveyard, the vehicles. There's ways to get it from your hand into the graveyard. One of the things I love about this version of the deck is that you can Thoughtseize. So you can actually, since it's target player, you can actually Thoughtseize yourself to throw a vehicle into the graveyard. Because remember, Greasefang does put the vehicle into your hand at the end of turn. So then you Thoughtseize yourself and dump it back into the graveyard. And then combat happens and Greasefang brings the vehicle out.
Yep. Very clever.
Yeah. So that's the deck in a nutshell. So let's just kind of get in here and show you how it works. Of course, I would love to play first. You always want to play first. It just parity's sake. Don't have a vehicle per se. Oh, I didn't count. It's their turn.
It is now my turn.
You need to draw green mana.
Do I?
I do. You don't.
Oh.
I'm sure you have enough green mana.
Yes. Your turn.
No green mana.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm gonna go ahead and connive here.
This is going to allow you to pitch stuff into the graveyard.
Correct. So I really just wanted to kind of cycle through my deck to try to get a green mana, or to in fact to draw the Parhelion, or any kind of vehicle to pitch to. That was the idea of playing it in that instance. It's ideal. The best ideal to play it for Fiend's Informant is when you actually have a vehicle in your hand. But in a pinch, you can draw into it, or you can, get something else like a land that I would need. I have Noose Constrictor in my hand that I can discard to, and I also have Gristly Salvage. If I get that green mana, I can pull the deck. Even though I wasn't getting value on Fiend's Informant, I feel like it was a good play there because it got me one deeper into my deck. When I still have backups. But it did, because it didn't hit, it did take it from a turn 3, do the thing, to possibly.
Yeah, you keep those vehicles out of your graveyard. That would go well for me.
All right, it did get the green mana.
Dude.
That's good for here. So, again, it's going to be turn 4 now because I'm a turn behind that green mana. Hopefully, I don't whiff. Oh, no. Put a creature or land card into my hand. So. And thought I did. And then the rest into the graveyard, which in fact I did.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
There you are.
Hmm.
And against Mono Green Devotion, there's not really anything on turn 3 that you're going to be able to east in and kill me with, so I'm going to go ahead and press. Or to get you to block with the Elvish Myth. Not, because. You should put Sage in your hand. You kill a big giant boat.
Yeah, well, I need freaking mana, man. I need it.
Mana, man.
Mana, man. But yeah.
Okay, so.
I had considered that, but.
Where you gonna get slapped?
Greasefang.
Combat.
Not the Parhelion.
Okay, so now we have to crew with the Greasefang. So. And then. Can be hasty. Then. Back. Now there's create 2/4/4 angels. Parhelion is kind of your like all-time answer. That's what the one you want to kind of go for most situations. Occasionally they'll have something you need to kill on the rip. First turn you throw it down, and that's when you go for ice flagship. I get. Oh, I passed my play land. All right, so now since Parthelian's in my hand here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to discard it. Which I have. The Snooze Constrictor was a new. I've not played with this card, but it seems like a pretty good deck for the deck. Discard a card and get they get Snooze Constrictor. It's pretty good for this deck.
Yeah, since you're discarding cards,
Yeah, you want to discard cards.
Yeah. If things are going your way, cards are leaving your hand and entering the graveyard. Well, I'm pretty much dead, so at least
Yeah.
we get to show everyone what the thing does.
Yep. So that's on a good day. That's what happens on a good day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go ahead and close this game out. Do we want to move? So, like, again, Mono Green Devotion, it's favorable matchup because even though that deck goes fast and hard, if you can do this turn 3, turn 4 with specifically the Parhelion, you're not, they're so far on a back foot that, it's hard to get. Now, if they're able to get Karn out and blow your shit up, then that's kind of a little bit rougher.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Dave, from the video. If you like what you saw, do the YouTube thingies and like and subscribe. And if you'd like to catch me or Ben elsewhere, you can find me on Twitter at Dave_MPG and Ben on Twitter as well when he feels like posting at BNiceMPG. Or you can check us out on our podcast at magicprovinggrounds.com and to get updates for when new episodes come out at MPG Pod on Twitter. Thanks. Bye.